Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Donnie, and for today, I am going to show you the merge tool of Power BI. So let me explain first what merging does in Power BI, and I'm going to use Excel to demonstrate this. So let's say that you have these two files, or later in Power BI, two tables or two queries, and these two tables or two queries technically can be merged into just one. So let's say here, I have here my section codes, section name, and advisor in my first file. And then on another file, my advisor details file also has section code, advisor names, but it contains another information, which is level, room, and subject code. So if you load this in Power BI, it can be um, done, and you will see that Power BI will create a 1:1 relationship because for every section or for every advisor or for every section code, there's also one corresponding detail in the other table. That is why it's 1:1 relationship. The thing is, this is totally fine. However, you have two tables, and if you need to create a report that would need the fields from each of these tables, it will somehow be a bit slower because you're technically coordinating two files. Now, what I want to happen is just merge these two files to become one so that I would eradicate the need to create a relationship between the two files. So for this, I have to delete this relationship so that we don't have any mishaps later. And then I'm going to go to Power Query. So I'm going to right click any of the queries, any of the tables, and then choose Edit Query. This will, of course, pull up Power Query. Now, the thing with Power Query here is that you have the two queries also showing up on the left side. And if you click them, you will see a preview of the individual tables or files that I already previously loaded in Power BI. Now, what I want to happen is I want to click section details, and I want the additional details, the grade level, the room, and the subject code to be added as new columns here in my section details query. And if I have those columns, then I could remove advisor details, and therefore I only have one query, one table in my data model. So for that, I'm going to click section details because this is the table that I want to accept the fields from the other one. So once I click that, I have to go to home and then go to merge queries. Now, there are two options here wherein you have merge queries. So what will happen is that I will not add any new query. I will just keep the section details and then add new columns here. Or merge queries as new, wherein the combined version of the two tables will create a third table. So I'll first demonstrate the first one, which is merge queries. So once you click merge queries, the first table that you click will be the one here on top. We call this the left table. I know it's not on the left, but that's just how it's named. I have to then select the right table or the table that will merge into the left table. So in this case, I only have one. So the section details already has a warning that it is the current table, so it doesn't make sense to choose that. So I'm going to choose the other table here, and this one is now the right table. Now, in order to merge two tables, you need to have similar columns between these two tables, and you have to identify them here. So I'm going to select section code and section code on both the windows here. And you will see that I'm going to get a note that the selection matches 12 of 12 rows. So meaning each of the rows that I have a matching row on the other table. So it's a perfect merging. Now you will notice that the next thing that you have here is the join kind. Now we will discuss join kind in another video, but let me at least explain the first two of them because they're quite relatively easy to understand. So the first one is left outer. So meaning the left table or the one on top will retain, and it is the left table, okay, that will pick up the fields from the right table. So it's called left outer, and you can see that it actually is explained here. So all from the first table and then matching from the second table. So it's like the first table or the left table or the top table being the host. Now the other option is right outer. For right outer, it's going to be the table on the lower portion. Okay, the second table will host, and it will pick up fields from the left table. So it's really a matter of who is going to host the query, and that host will pick up the columns or fields from the other table. So in this case, I'm going to choose left outer. It's the most common one. And then I'm going to click OK. Now what will happen is that a new column will show up in my section details, my left table, which is a table column. Take note that the advisor details here is still intact. Nothing's really happening on this table. So I'm going to go to school details, and I'm going to expand that column that says table. And when I expand it, I will now see all the fields from the advisor details or the right table. You now have the option to select which fields from the other table or the second table will be picked up by this host table. So I'm going to deselect section code and advisor because those two columns are already found in my left table. So keeping them checked will create redundant columns in the resulting table. And now you can click OK. So with this, I already added new fields in my first or my left table, and it will be named with like this, advisor details, the name of the table, dot, and then the name of the column, okay, or field taken from the other table. With this, I can now go back, close and apply, and I'm going to create a report with all fields coming from my merged version, which is the section details. So I'm going to create a matrix. And with this, I'm going to drag the advisor, which is an original field of the section details table, and put it under rows. And then I'm going to also bring in advisor details, let's say level in the values. And you should see that I don't have any problems doing so. So I now have created a new table, okay, over here. And the thing is, can I sort of like remove the advisor details since all of its fields are already here in the section details? Okay, if you are going to do that, you have to do it in Power Query again. So I'm going to right click here, edit query, and I'm going to right click on advisor details here and delete it. So the section details, since it already has all the fields that I need, I don't really need this one anymore. So I'm going to right click on it and then delete. Take note that you can also delete from here, from Power BI, right click, and then delete from model. However, this is on the Power BI level. It's not a pure purging of that because Power Query will still show, okay, the report or the table that you just deleted in Power BI. So Power Query is sort of like a deeper delete. So I'm going to right click on advisor details from Power Query and delete it from there. So I'm going to get a warning that the query advisor details cannot be deleted because it is being referenced by another query section details. So Power query here sort of like stops you from doing so, and there's nothing you can do on the Power Query side. But there's sort of like a workaround here. The thing is, I can go to Power BI, remove advisor details from here. So right click advisor details or the first table and then delete from model. So Power BI will sort of like give me a warning about it, similar to Power Query. However, I have a yes button this time. So it says here that the query will remain, but its data won't be directly loaded to the model. So from here, I'm going to click yes. And the advisor details is now gone. My visual is still okay over here. And if we go to table view, it's still there. In the model view, it's now gone as well. But let's go to Power Query and see if it is still there. And like what I said, deleting it from Power BI is not really a purging or a pure delete. The query is still present here in Power Query. However, at this level, I'm going to right click on advisor details or the second table on Power Query and delete it. So as you can see, it's still not going to work. You cannot delete it entirely, but it's there. You can sort of like make your Power BI run faster because now in the model itself, okay, you don't really have more than one table. It's just there in Power Query. But on the level of Power BI, it's going to run a bit faster because you're now just working on one table instead of two. And with this, we just learned what merging is. Now, there are other techniques that can do this using DAX, but that is not what this video is about. So maybe I'm going to create a video about the alternative option. Instead of using query, you could use DAX for this as well. But for now, that's it. I hope this video somehow helped you. If you have any questions, feel free to use the comment section and I'll try my best to answer as soon as I can. And if this video helped you, we would appreciate a like and subscribe in the channel. It really helps us in the algorithm and hopefully create more videos for you. But for now, that's it. I'm going to see you on the next one.